Okay, welcome back. This is Marvin Huddleston, the otherwise known as the WoodScribe. This is the WoodScribe workshop. I am scrolling the names of God. It's kind of a woodworker's devotional, I guess you could call it. I have already completed, and I did a video earlier I had to get out of because someone came in my wife came in to discuss some business about our truck that's in the shop, and she was about to go into a conference call at work. She's working from home these days. And anyway, one thing I think I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to check my table alignment. And it's not aligned very well. Okay, let's loosen this knob. In a lot of types of scroll saw work, you want your alignment to be within very strict tolerances. When you see me do three-dimensional Christmas ornaments and that type of work, it's very essential that your blade is aligned perpendicular to the table. I probably need to grease. This is not moving as smooth as it needs to. It's jerking. About as low off there as I can. This is how you check your alignment. This is a little 2-inch, highly accurate 2-inch square. It's still not aligned right. I'm having trouble there we go. That's much better. Okay, lock it down. Now we're ready to get back in this. Working on El Shaddai. I keep running into the problem which happened earlier when I had to stop. I've got to figure out how, there's got to be a way when you're doing a live video you can pause it. If there is, I don't know what it is. I always have to stop. Now, I am doing the names of God in Mesquite Wood. Mesquite is a beautiful wood. Very hard. Has some beautiful patterns in it. First chance I get, I want to get up to Wood World or WoodCraft or someplace like that and buy some more mesquite. If you've ever gone into a Michael's store or Hobby Lobby or someplace like that, and picked up any wood for a crafting thing you were doing that said it was, for example, maybe 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch basswood. Basswood is a very soft, tight-grained wood. Very clear. You don't see much graining in that. No, you don't see a lot of figure and graining, and it's pretty white for the most part. A little hard to sand because it stays kind of frizzy. Best way I can put it. anyway, I have bats with the shop here 2 to 3 inches thick. And one of the things that I need to be the kind of woodworker I'm endeavoring to be is a serious, truly professional bandsaw. I've got a little 10-inch toy bandsaw, I guess I'd call it. It's really not a toy. I wouldn't give it to my kid. They'll cut the hand off. But the little 10-inch bandsaw by Sears, Craftsman, I recently finally got running again. It only has, number one, it'll only handle wood up to about 9 inches thick, 9 or 10 inches thick. And it is not capable of doing the type of resawing that I need to be able to do. Now when you resaw lumber, you take a piece of lumber, say 3 inches thick, and you need a 1/4 inch for a project you're doing. In theory, you can take it onto a planer, a thickness planer like I have and use. Now I could plane that sucker down to 1/4 inch, but I have wasted an inch and a half, 2 inches of that wood. This is literally gone into the trash dump. Because I did not have a bandsaw that I could run it through and resaw it into 5 or 6 pieces of 1/4 inch wood. Or 1 piece of 1/2 inch and 2 pieces of 1/4 inch and a couple of pieces of 1/8 inch or whatever. So you wouldn't want to do that with a planer. blades are dulling very quickly. I am cutting down into the base to complete this loop on the A. That does weaken the piece though. Looks pretty sharp. If you drop it, that's the most likely place it'll break. Out of there. Okay, sharp turn. Right there, dig in real good. I gotta do a little undercut on the H. Make a corner. Come back out. Make a little loopity loop here. Try to get that to come out of there. Now we gotta get this beautiful loop on the edge of the eighth, which loops up above the A. Quite nice. Please go and visit my Etsy shop. Look for the WoodScribe on Etsy. That did not work like I wanted it to. Now I'm going to come into where I started cutting, and I'm going to slip back out, and it's going to have to be sanded smooth. Kind of a tricky place too. I should have chosen a better location for this. All right. Okay. Bad thing is I've got a fan blowing toward me. When I blow this, I want it to go into that. There we have El Shaddai. I'll have to pull the, hey Max, Michael is on here, hey man, and Arthur is on here. Let me see if I can show you all the process here. I'm going to zoom out, hopefully. I know it. Thought I had it up there closer than that. I'm going to peel off this pattern, begin to expose the piece. This is number, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is number 4 of 13 that I originally started, and I think it's going to wind up being 4 of 14 because one of the names, El Elon, it's a compound name, and the word Elon by itself is used a number of times in the Old Testament for God. So I think I'm going to do one of that one too and make 14 names. There are some other names, or at least some other things in Scripture that people claim are parts of the name of God are being used in the linguistics. They are being used as a name for God. I'm doing the main Hebrew recognized names of God. You want a fascinating study? There are a number of books out on the names of God you can buy. Now you see how much trouble I'm having getting this, not only paper, but I'm getting packaging tape off. So you got to count this into the process. It's taken me almost an hour of the scroll saw. Well, I take it back. It's taken me exactly an hour. My buzzer was fixing to turn off up there. Anyway, to cut this name out, and so add to that probably another 30 minutes. So I've probably got an hour and a half in this piece here. I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather buy, especially when you're talking about art and decor and things like this, from a craftsman, an artist who has toiled and labored over the project, than to go and buy something that someone merely has manufactured. Now, I can go, if I had $5,000, I guess, I could go buy a machine, CNC router machine. I could buy a laser even, and I could do things like this in a fraction of the time. Because mainly what I'm doing is I'm manufacturing a product. I'm not a craftsman going through and toil and labor over a piece of wood while I create a piece of art. So which is better? If you had the opportunity to buy a Mona Lisa or a copy of Mona Lisa in the museum store, which is better? All of my art, all of my work is hand created, from the printing of the pattern. And these I literally do sit down and scroll these names out using lettering templates. Yeah, I could do these on a computer. I would be the way I'm set up right now. I do not have the ability to do this type scroll or font, I guess they would call it. But I can guarantee one thing: I have poured my heart and soul into creating this very prayerfully, this name of God, from the Hebrew Bible. I have a John 3:16 piece that was done in Bolivian rosewood, I believe it was, where I scrolled out the Old Testament verse John 3:16 in English, of course. I mean the New Testament word John 3:16 out of the Greek. Anyway, I've done that verse from a pattern, scrolled out into the shape of a heart, and all the words are inside the heart. Let me go back, probably hundreds, not thousands, but hundreds of different blade entry holes were necessary for that project. Each little 64th of an inch circle I cut had to be hand done to create that piece, and it is a beautiful piece. I won an honorable mention for it in a Christian art show, which was kind of to me a joke, the rating, because I spent probably 100 hours on that project, and the judges don't understand woodworking and wood artistry, and they were really all oogling and awing photographs that people were taking. And to me, that's kind of a form of cheating in a way. I'm a photographer too. But a lot of the photographs that you see these days are just absolutely incredible color. And you're like, where is this place? I want to go sit there. Well, that place really doesn't exist because that artist took that photograph and they used image processing to get all those, to get it all perfect, all the coloration they wanted. If the blue wasn't deep enough, they were able to change the deepening of the blue and make it more blue, and gold, more gold, and orange, more orange, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, they put a lot of time into that. Yes, it is art. But it's not like a person doing what I'm doing right now and hand lettering all the way through to doing this. This is a pain in my tush, getting all of this off the back. I don't like introducing any chemicals. Some people use some different chemicals to get this to come off easier. I may try it one time if I can prove to myself that it's perfectly harmless. I prefer my pieces to be natural completely. I do put shellac on it. That's a chemical. Ooh, man, what a pain. Sure hope you're able to see what I'm doing this whole time. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and sign the, that's the front El Shaddai. I'm gonna double check everything, make sure it's all right. Then I'm gonna finish taking the pattern off the back and get this one, the sanding done, along with El Elon. Now the other one I was talking about, that part of that part, I'm going to scroll into another, because that is actually used as the name of God right there, leaving off the L. When I say L, I mean E-L. Okay, anyway, this is the WoodScribe at the WoodScribe Workshop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to get this done. I need to get over and pick up our truck. Please pray for us. We found out from the dealership today, and we already knew this. We knew this while we were in Florida. Our tires were needing to be replaced, and they're telling us we need 3 tires. We do not have the money for that. So I don't know what we're going to do. That was not good news. It needs an alignment, of course. It needs the tires done. So I'm going to have to start doing a little hunting. See if what the best deal I can find will be. Sorry, I keep catching myself off camera. If you ordered a set of these for me, I hope you know this is exactly what I would be doing to your piece. Scrolling it like I've scrolled this one. Then meticulously having to take all of this off. Now we hadn't even started sanding yet. I got to go over to the sanding table and sand all this smooth and get all kinds of burrs and stuff. I got to sand in between these letters, sand inside the letters. I've got some blade marks here and there I've got to sand off inside letters. Try to get this as perfect as possible before I shellac it and get it in a finished format. So I've got 4 names of God done now. El Elon, El Shaddai, move those back, Adonai, and Elohim. So, whoop, I moved over too far. There's the names of God that I have done. Let me share with you Psalm 111:2. I do that often. Great are the works of the Lord, studied by all who delight in them. Do you delight in the works of God? That's a serious question. If you do, go out tonight, look up at the sky, find that bright red star way up overhead, pretty brighter than any other star you're seeing at that moment, probably up as you're looking up, and that will be Mars, the planet Mars. God bless. I hope y'all have a great weekend coming up and a great Thursday evening. Bye.